Mpenzi mtazamaji, wanasema kuwa giza ni mwangaza kwa aliye gizani, na ukitaka kumtoa mtu gizani usimwashie taa, ila zidisha giza ndio mwangaza wake. Na tukianza ni kwamba kiongozi wa chama cha DCP Rigathi Gachagua amekashifu vikali serikali ya Rais William Ruto kwa kushindwa kukabiliana na mafuriko yanayoendelea kusababisha uharibifu wa mali na kuhama kwa familia nyingi. Lamikiliswa na taarifa hiyo kwa kina.
I'm reporting live from Eldoret City, where reactions continue to emerge following the recent updates which was made by the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. In his remarks, he has questioned the government about recent demolitions of businesses in Nairobi, raising concerns about timing and manner in which operations should be carried out. Former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua on Monday criticized the government over recent demolitions of businesses in parts of Nairobi, including Roysambu and Githurai.
On the 5th of March, in Roysambu, brutal demolition took place, again targeted the members of the Gikuyu, Embu and Meru.
Gachagua claimed the demolitions were unfairly targeting traders from Mount Kenya region. He described the action as ethnic profiling and said the move was unacceptable. He also questioned the manner in which the demolitions were conducted, saying they were carried out at night and without proper consultation with affected business owners.
We have information that William Ruto has ordered persecution of the Gikuyu, Embu and Meru in Nairobi through brutal, inhuman evictions carried out at night and supervised by armed police officers. If the demolitions are genuine, why are they done under the cover of darkness? If it is genuine that public land and spaces should be vacated, why is Western Hotel standing tall on KCAA land and other properties owned by corrupt city officials and national politicians not touched?
The former Deputy President called on the government to ensure fairness and transparency in enforcement actions affecting businesses across the country.
While the government moves with a remarkable speed and force against kiosks and small stores owned by struggling wananchi from the Mount Kenya region, other large and well-known establishments that sit on contested public land remain conspicuously untouched and rarely discussed in the same breath.
The remarks have since sparked political debate across the country, with traders and leaders calling for transparency and fairness in the enforcement of land regulation. Reporting for Prudent TV, Eldoret City, Uasin Gishu County, my name is Lamikiliswa Barasa.
Kwengineko ni kwamba familia na marafiki waliofariki katika mafuriko kufuatia mvua kubwa iliyonyesha wamekongamana katika hifadhi ya maiti ya Nairobi maarufu kama Nairobi Funeral Home. Lewish Akinyi na urefu wa taarifa hiyo.
I'm here live in Nairobi, where family, friends and relatives continue to camp in Nairobi Funeral Home to identify the body of their loved ones whose lives were cut short by the flood. Families whose relatives are still missing are still camping at the Nairobi Funeral Home, hoping to identify the bodies of their kin who perished in Friday's flood. For some, they are hoping to fast-track the burial preparations for those who were swept away by the rigid floods that hit the capital on Friday night. Family and friends of Jerome Muturwa were among those at the city morgue. Jerome reportedly lost his life following the heavy downfall after finding himself stuck at the huge traffic snarl-up along Langata Road, a snarl-up occasioned by the floods that swept through several major roads of the city.
We were in conversations with him. He sent me pictures, even up to what the water level looks like. This conversation continued, even shared a pin until 9:12. And now that's the last time he ever answered our call. We believe it was totally avoidable, right? So we just expect a smooth process. The agencies can assist us so that we lay him to rest.
As family, friends and relatives grieved here in Nairobi Funeral Home mourning their loved ones, questions are abound as when the government will come to learn from its past mistake, avoiding the scenario in future. Reporting for Prudent TV from Nairobi, my name is Lewish Akinyi.
Na tukiendelea ni kwamba maonyesho ya kilimo katika kaunti ya Uasin Gishu ilifunguliwa rasmi Ijumaa tarehe 5 na gavana wa kaunti hiyo Bwana Jonathan B. Chelilim. Dennis Lumbasi na taarifa hiyo kwa kina.
Maonyesho ya kilimo ya Uasin Gishu yamefunguliwa rasmi hivi leo, huku gavana wa Uasin Gishu Bwana Jonathan Bii akiwa mgeni wa heshima kwa niaba ya naibu wa rais Bwana Kithure Kindiki ambaye hakuweza kufika. Miongoni mwa wageni ambao waliokuwepo ni John Kibira na Susan Seroren ambaye ni mwenyekiti wa maonyesho ya Uasin Gishu. Akisoma hotuba ya naibu wa rais, gavana amewahimiza wakulima wa ng'ombe wauze maziwa yao kwa kampuni ya maziwa ya KCC, huku akisisitiza kuwa malipo yatafanyika kwa siku, wiki au kwa mwezi.
And then we take the farmers of Uasin Gishu. We had really campaigned that we take our milk to KCC here in Eldoret, and there are a problem of delays in paying the farmers. But I met the chair, not the chair, but the MD, that now they are ready to pay even in 2 weeks or daily. Just take your milk there, they will buy your milk. The reason being was the Gishu government and KCC, we are partnered to supply milk for our ECD children, numbering 40,000 learners, early learners, twice a week. And we think KCC is our good partner. But now KCC, having done the best to talk to farmers to bring milk to your company, you delay paying. Please make sure that you pay your debts and make sure you pay daily if possible, the way the MD has talked to me.
Vilevile wakulima wa mahindi hawajasazwa nyuma, huku wakiahidiwa mbolea ya bei nafuu na pia mashine za shambani ili kuinua au kuongeza mazao shambani ambayo itaongeza ajira kwa vijana.
The government will continue to support farmers to access affordable and subsidized fertilizer, quality seed, cheaper farm machinery, and affordable equipment to ensure agricultural productivity. We will continue to support and encourage more private sector investments, especially in consultants handling and market distribution infrastructure, agricultural processing, and value addition to create employment and investment opportunities for our young people.
Akisoma hotuba hiyo, Bwana Bii amekiri kuwa ukame umekuwa janga kuu nchini, akisema kuwa serikali itapeana vyakula kwa mifugo na pia mbegu za muda mfupi ili kuwa lishe kwa binadamu na pia kwa wanyama.
Climate change has become a major challenge to the government's effort in achieving food security. Currently, we are facing an increasingly severe drought affecting large parts of arid and semi-arid land in the northeast, stretching down to east and parts of coastal region. The government has targeted to purchase and distribute 7,500 kilos of assorted seeds of drought-tolerant early maturity crops, seeds targeting 350,000 farmers in drought-affected regions for long-range planting season. Purchase of 54.6 million 50 kg bags of field grains, cereals and pulses to build national strategic food reserves and support food supply to needy areas.
Huku akisema serikali itachimba mabwawa yatakayosaidia kunyunyizia mashamba haswa katika kaunti zilizoathirika na ukame.
The government plans to build 1,000 mega dams, 100 mega dams and further 1,000 big dams in various parts of the country with the objective of increasing land under irrigation by 500,000 acres. The government has social impact on ecosystem reforestation program aimed at planting 15 billion trees that will increase our forest cover to 30% in 10 years and promote climate-smart technologies as well as agricultural insurance programs to cushion our farming communities.
Gavana pia amewapongeza wakulima wa Uasin Gishu kwa kuchangia pakubwa katika uzalishaji wa vyakula kama vile mahindi, wimbi miongoni mwa mingine.
Uasin Gishu County contributes significantly to the food basket of the country through production of cereals, horticulture and dairy. In 2025, farmers in this county produced 4.9 million bags of maize, earning them 18.6 billion Kenya shillings. So you add 18.6 billion Kenya shillings to the farmers who planted wheat. They got 266,500 bags, which earned them 1.2 billion. Ongeza 18.6 to 1.2, those are just billions coming to our county. and then 454.9 million liters of milk, earning them 27.4 billion and 1 billion from agricultural crops. We are rich. We are the champions, please. And it is now my pleasure to declare the 2026 Eldoret ASK National Show officially open. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki.
Kutoka kaunti ya Uasin Gishu, maonyesho ya kilimo ya Eldoret, jina langu ni Dennis Lumbasi.
Mpenzi mtazamaji, wahenga na waeguzi hawakukosea waliposema kwamba kilicho na mwanzo hakikosi mwisho. Tumefika tamati kwa kisengera nyuma cha televisheni ya Prudence. Langu jina ni Winnie Chemuge.